Okay, folks. So are you ready for today's deep dive?
I am definitely ready.
Because we're going to be talking about something pretty interesting. Giving up sugar
Ooh,
for 2 weeks.
sounds like a challenge.
It does, doesn't it? Now, we found this YouTube video by Dr. Berg,
Mm-hmm.
and he lays out all these, amazing potential benefits.
Oh, yeah.
Like less cravings, more energy, clearer skin.
Wow.
I know, right? It's kind of like, is this real?
It sounds almost too good to be true.
Yeah.
Ah,
So that's why we're doing a deep dive today.
absolutely.
And by the way, have you ever tried cutting out sugar completely, or even thought about it?
I have. I've definitely tried it before.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I bet.
But I think we can get into some of the science behind why it's so tough.
Yes, please break it down for us.
Well, one of the things that Dr. Berg talks about is how sugar really messes with our hunger hormones.
Right.
Like you get those sugar rushes and then you crash,
Oh, totally.
and then you just want more sugar, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if you can cut it out, he suggests that you can actually stabilize those cravings.
Okay.
And that can even potentially lead to weight loss.
That makes sense. I can see that.
Yeah.
But, okay, so he also mentions, things might actually get worse before they get better for, the first 3 days or so.
Yeah, the dreaded adjustment period.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Do I need to stock up on, comfy blankets and noise-canceling headphones?
I mean, a little self-care never hurts,
Sure.
but it's not quite that dramatic.
Okay.
He's basically talking about sugar withdrawal.
Ooh.
Our bodies, when we're eating lots of sugar, we get used to using it as fuel.
Right.
But
yeah.
then when you suddenly take it away, your body's like, wait a minute, what do I do now?
Right.
So it takes some time to adjust to burning fat as fuel instead.
Okay.
And that shift can cause, a little fatigue, maybe some headaches.
So, actual withdrawal symptoms.
Just can feel that way for some people.
Wow.
Yeah.
He also recommends taking, B vitamins and potassium to kind of, help with that transition.
Right.
And I know those are good for energy and stuff, but why are they especially helpful in this situation?
Well, B vitamins are crucial for converting food into energy that our cells can use.
Yeah.
And when you're switching to burning fat for fuel, you need those B vitamins to be working in overdrive.
Oh, okay.
Potassium, on the other hand, is super important for your muscles.
Okay.
So if you're feeling that fatigue or muscle weakness, potassium can help support them and reduce those symptoms.
Oh, so it's targeted support.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better
Good.
about those first few days. But let's be real, a lot of these health claims, they sound kind of exaggerated sometimes.
I agree. You're right to be skeptical
Yeah, so what does the research actually say?
about cutting back on sugar.
Yeah.
Well, there's actually quite a bit of research that backs up the benefits.
Really?
Yeah, for example, there is one study that found that people who cut out sugary drinks
Okay.
for just 6 months saw major improvements in their liver function. And there's tons of research suggesting that reducing sugar can help with focus and memory too.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of focus, Dr. Berg mentions this app he has
Right.
as a tool to help people who are taking on this sugar-free challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know there are a lot of these apps out there, and some of them can be helpful,
Sure.
but is this just a marketing ploy,
Right.
or could it actually make a difference?
I mean, I think apps like these can be really valuable for some people.
Right.
They often have features like sugar trackers, meal planners, recipes, and even support groups to keep you on track.
Oh, that's cool.
But of course, it's not some magic solution.
Right.
And everybody's different.
Yeah,
So what works for one person might not work for another.
that's a good point.
Yeah. The most important thing is finding what works best for you.
Exactly.
And of course, talking to your doctor
Yes, always a good idea.
before making any big changes to your diet.
Okay, so to kind of sum up our deep dive today, giving up sugar for 2 weeks could have some pretty incredible benefits,
Potentially,
but it might be a little rough in the beginning.
definitely possible.
It sounds like the science is there.
Yeah, there's a good amount of research backing it up.
But of course, it's always good to be a little skeptical
Absolutely.
and do what's best for your own body.
Listen to your body.
Now, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with something to think about.
Okay.
If you were to try this 2-week challenge,
Mm-hmm.
what's the one change you'd be most excited to see? Maybe it's having more energy
Yeah.
or feeling less sluggish.
Less brain fog.
Yeah, exactly. What would it be for you?
That's a great question for our listeners to ponder.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So I encourage everyone, give it some thought,
Yeah,
see what you discover, and let us know.
absolutely. We'd love to hear from you.
Thanks for joining us on today's Deep Dive,
Thanks for having me.
and we'll see you next time.
See you later.